Okay, so according to Ring Magazine and Boxing News 24, Canelo Alvarez recently spoke to TMZ News about a potential retirement, and because I've searched high and low for this interview but still have yet to find it anywhere online, I was skeptical on how legit these reports really are. I don't know if maybe this is something that can be found on a Sports Illustrated magazine that Canelo made the front cover of, but that's neither here nor there. Since Ring Magazine reported it, and since Ring is the machine backing His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, I'm just gonna assume it's the real deal. Canelo Alvarez will be retiring in about a year or two. According to the articles, Canelo says he's already accomplished everything in the sport of boxing. He says, and I quote, "I fought everybody. I fought the best. I've been the pound for pound king, fighter of the year, all of it." Canelo says that money's never enough and he doesn't plan to cash out on a specific amount of money just to ride off into the sunset. He said it's never about money. It's about enjoying everything, and claims that the reason he's still fighting is because he enjoys it. Alvarez, who will be 35 years old, went on to elaborate by saying, "I'm just gonna do my thing, and then around 37 or 38, it'll be time to hang him up." Now, I'm sure this doesn't come as a surprise, being that Canelo will be getting up there in age and appears to be somewhat slowing down. I mean, we've all entertained the idea of a Canelo retirement, and at this point, it pretty much wouldn't be a secret. What makes this news interesting is the fact that, according to the articles, Canelo still has his eyes set on avenging his last defeat against Dimitri Bivol back in 2021. Word is, he's not only planning on seeing Bivol if he can get past Skull in May and Crawford come September, but it's also being said that Canelo left the door open for the possibility of a super fight between he and WBC light heavyweight champion David Benavidez. Also considering a potential exhibition with boxing YouTube sensation Jake Paul. Canelo's words were, "I'll never say never because you never know what happens next." Listen, I know Canelo has had heavy criticism these past couple years on his choice of opposition, along with his questionable decisions against Triple G. However, we can't forget, Canelo has done a lot in his career, man. He does have bouts with boxing Hall of Famers like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto. He did face Gennady Golovkin 3 times. He moved up to face guys like Sergey Kovalev and Dimitri Bivol. He's on the verge of becoming 2-time undisputed champion of the super middleweight division once again, and has been the face of boxing for almost a decade, give or take Mayweather's 2017 money grab against Conor McGregor. So being a 4-division champion after 20 plus years as a pro with 60 fights, there's no doubt that he's already been solidified as a legend, whether motherfuckers like it or not. If he plans on retiring after this 4-fight deal with Turkey, he has every right. But when being optimistic, let me say it again, if Canelo goes on to face Terrence Bud Crawford, Dimitri Bivol, and the Mexican monster David Benavidez to wrap up his 4-fight deal with Turkey, win or lose, it's gonna be hard for haters to talk down on this man. If his legacy was already cemented, it would only be then that much more elevated. Whether you love him or hate him, that's a fact. And let me repeat it again, if he were to win all those bouts, well then, his legacy would be infinite. Talk about being goated, that shit would be what movies are made of. Of course, because it's boxing and because this is not a movie, we still have to be realistic to how things usually play out in this era. And with Chris Eubank Jr. claiming that the Turk has him lined up for a potential Canelo fight if he can get past Conor Ben, that's when all the wishful thinking of everything special has to bring myself as well as others back down to earth. All I'm saying is the idea of it all is nice. And before we start rambling about, oh, the Benavidez fight will never happen, just give up. Bivol will beat him again. It's a waste of time. All I gotta say is one thing. Remember, Canelo does have William Skull next. The Terrence Crawford fight is supposed to be official, but nothing is documented yet. We already know Bivol is in the mix with DAZN and Turkey. And if the rumors of a Turkey-Al Haymon partnership are true, that only makes adding Benavidez to the festivities a lot more easier. Whole point is, Canelo Alvarez will be retiring after these next 4 fights, and it's going to be highly entertaining to see if he decides to go out with a bang. Pop off.